All right, no intro. Let's just go, brother. Take that shit away.
No, man.
Let's do would you rather. Would you rather have a perfect entry every time but struggle with exits, or a perfect exit every time but struggle with entries?
I would rather a perfect entry every time and struggle with exits.
Yeah, same. I agree.
I think with the other
That
one,
would suck.
yeah, it sucks. And like, if you have a shit entry every time, you're probably gonna get stopped out more often than you want.
Yeah,
And you'll
so it
miss
doesn't matter
moves.
about your. But if your exit is perfect, though, then that also means that you're gonna exit it perfect if you have a shitty entry. Would you rather be stuck trading only the 1 minute time frame or only the 15-minute time frame?
Can you use the 15-minute time
No,
frame?
no,
So it's
no,
literally
no.
one or the other,
Yes.
nothing else.
Yes.
15-minute.
Yeah, same.
I think with the 1 minute, you'd be taking too many trades and you'd never have like a clear setup.
Yeah, I agree.
At least with the 15-minute, structure would be more valid.
Would you rather always exit your trades 10 seconds too early or 10 seconds too late? I would always do 10 seconds too late. I think it probably adds up, though.
I think both are gonna have their poison.
Yeah.
If you're always exiting too early, I think it's the same.
I think, yeah, it should add. Maybe it won't, but maybe it feels like it would add up.
Because sometimes you're like, oh, if I held a little bit longer, I would have made more. But a lot of the time as well, it's like if you hold that little bit longer,
Yeah,
it
but-
reverses.
Yeah, but also, what is too early? Too early from what?
Yeah, true.
Too early from perfect?
But like too early from what your TP hitting?
Yeah. This
Nah.
question doesn't make sense,
Yeah,
does it?
it doesn't.
This is for people without a trading system.
Yeah. It's like, oh, let my winners
Yeah.
run.
It was a perfect entry or an exit. Like, what the fuck is that? Would you rather trade a setup that looks absolutely terrible but follows your system, or trade something that looks amazing but breaks your plan? I would follow my rules.
Follow the rules. Like over time, it's gonna benefit you.
Yeah. Feels like this is some of the questions are a little bit like very
Vague.
newbie.
Yeah.
Would you rather lose access to all your trading tools or indicators and be forced to trade using only gut feeling, or only be allowed to take setups from a strategy you don't like to trade? I would definitely rather lose all my indicators.
Yeah, but fuck that. Like I don't need them.
Yeah.
That's what I meant by it was retarded. As in, like
yeah.
it's an obvious answer.
Oh yeah, it's super actually super obvious. Wait. Can you give me questions without obvious answers? Would you rather be forced to trade a random asset every day, chosen by a spin wheel, or be stuck trading the same asset forever, even if it stops moving?
Oh, that's a good one now.
That is a good one.
Because obviously, if it stops moving,
That would suck.
it doesn't fucking matter. Like,
But that means you're gonna go do something else with your life.
true.
I think that would be a good thing. It's like, in 10 years, I'm retiring because NQ stops moving.
Yeah, I mean NQ will never stop moving, but in
You never know.
hypothetically, if it did,
It could.
hypothetically, if it did, and you have a simple strategy, you're following price action. I don't think it really matters what you trade.
Yeah.
Obviously, it would fuck with your head if you're changing every single day, but it's fine.
But also, maybe you don't have to take a trade.
Yeah, that's true. Like say,
So if it's a shitty pair, you'll just not
just
take
sit
a trade.
out. Yeah,
Yeah, I'll do that.
yeah, it's
That would be
fine.
exciting.
It'd be difficult, but yeah, it'd be fun.
Yeah.
Because at the end, like every day, you'd be going into a day or a pair where you haven't backtested it essentially.
Yeah.
So like,
Maybe you can do like a quick backtest session before every. Would you rather have full confidence in every trade you take, but be wrong 50% of the time, or always second guess yourself but win 80% of the time?
that's a very good question.
I have full confidence, and I lose around 50% of the time, so I would choose that.
I'd probably choose the higher win rate.
Yeah, I think
Like
you would.
emotionally,
I think you would.
emotionally, I'd be worse off, but I'd be so much richer.
Well, yeah, you're right.
80% win rate.
I'd rather feel good when I trade.
Oh, that's a great question. No, I'd take the 80%, 100%.
Yeah.
Every time.
Would you rather trade with no emotions but never feel the excitement of a win, or experience extreme highs and lows with every trade you take? Oh well, that's an obvious one.
It's an obvious one. It could have been better.
Yeah.
The question.
Would you rather have a trading system that wins 99% of the time, but when it loses, it wipes out months of profits, or a system with a steady 50% win rate with no major losses.
99% win rate every time.
Yeah, I guess it's a prop
Bro, it's
firm.
99%.
With a prop firm that would work,
Yeah.
but it would suck if you had a personal account.
With a prop firm, it's so easy.
Yeah,
Like 99%
yeah,
win rate.
yeah, that makes so much sense.
Like easy.
But imagine that with a personal account.
How about an 80% win rate?
80%.
That makes more sense, I think, to ask that question.
Yeah, but then I would choose the 50. Definitely.
I think.
Because 20% of the time you're gonna wipe out your whole account. I don't know, that doesn't make sense. Once every 5 trades, you're gonna wipe out your account.
That's a better question. Maybe 90% then.
95.
90.
99. I would, yeah. But that would suck on a personal account. Imagine just
no,
trading
this is just straight prop firm question.
really good, and then one day you wipe it all out in one trade.
No, fuck that.
It's a classic.
With a personal account, the 50% makes way more sense. But with prop firms, I think 90% I'd go with.
Yeah. Would you rather only be allowed to trade during the most volatile news events like FOMC and FP, or only be allowed to trade during the lowest volume, slowest market hours?
I'm assuming you can trade the day, like the FOMC day.
No, you have to trade the news.
So basically it's like gamble or...
Gamble or gamble.
Gamble or just fucking no volume.
Yeah, which is also gamble.
Yeah.
I'd rather do no volume.
Yeah, no.
I'd
You'd
rather
blow your
chill.
account straight away.
Yeah.
Yeah, no volume.
This is good. Would you rather be mentored by the greatest trader in history but not be allowed to trade for 5 years?
Right.
Or trade on your own with no guidance but start immediately? Let's say
no
2
guidance.
years.
No guidance is a bit
Let's say
intense.
2 years.
Like, am I not allowed to read?
Yeah, but
Or just no mentor?
no mentor, like no guidance. You have to learn yourself. Let's say 2 years.
I'd do that.
Okay,
I think
3 years.
3 years is when it comes into...
That's when it's in the proper investment of your time.
Yeah. I mean, you're doing everything.
Okay, let's just restart the question.
Yeah.
Would you rather be mentored by the greatest trader in history but not be allowed to trade for 3 years, or trade on your own with no guidance but start immediately?
I'd go for the mentor for 3 years.
Yeah.
Because imagine how good you'd get in that 3 years. I'm assuming you're allowed to trade like sim accounts, everything like that. Yeah, definitely that.
Yeah, me too.
I mean, you could trade for 5 years with no mentor and still be shit, you know?
Yeah.
It's not time at the charts, it's like good time.
Yeah, that's a good question actually. Because
I think initially you're like, no, I need to trade.
yeah, I think a lot of people. Okay, now I'm just assuming that most people just want to start and they think it also takes less than 3 years.
Most people do just start.
Yeah. Yeah, true. Everyone just starts. That I wouldn't say that a couple of years ago. I would not say that a couple of years ago.
Yeah, I think though
the ego was there. It was like, oh, I can do it.
I think time in the market teaches you though that time in the market's not what matters. Obviously, if you're talking about like stock investing, things like that, obviously it's just the more time you're exposed to, the better you're going to perform.
Yeah.
But like day trading and things like that.
Yeah, it's intentional time, not just time.
Well, also you could do something wrong for 2 years.
Yeah.
A mentor is going to tell you, well, this is what you do. Just do this.
Yeah. Would you rather always have perfect timing on your entries, but have to hold every trade for an hour, or always enter a bit late, but have the freedom to close whenever you want?
I'd rather perfect entries.
Yeah, same.
I mean, if you get a perfect entry every time, you could just leave. Just set, do you know what I mean? Perfect entry, close my charts, and then fuck off.
No. You have to hold the trade for a full hour.
Regardless of my take profit?
Yeah.
Oh, well then the other one.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought so. Would you rather have access to inside information, but be at risk of getting caught, or trade 100% ethically? All right, we're done with that question. That's it. Or trade 100% ethically, but never be able to beat the market average.
Who gives a shit about that? Give me that insider info.
Yeah. Would you rather never have drawdowns but only be allowed to trade 3 times per month, or trade as often as you want but have to deal with heavy drawdowns regularly?
No drawdown. Easy.
Yeah, same.
So just 100% win rate, but I'm only allowed to take 3 trades.
Such a stupid question.
Yeah, that's awful.
Hero, no mercy, 5 brutal, brain melting, no clear answer. Would you rather trading dilemmas to really mess up with your heads?
Come at me.
Would you rather trade a strategy that wins every time, but you're never allowed to withdraw your profits?
Okay.
Or a strategy that has a 10% win rate, but when you win, you make 100 times your risk? What the fuck is
It's like
that?
the most retarded question I've ever heard. Obviously, 10%.
Oh, this
win
is
rate.
cool. This is a better question. Would you rather be giving 1 million to trade, but you can never use stop losses, or start with 1,000 but have perfect risk management and execution?
So with the 1 million, I can never use a stop loss.
No, never.
I'll take that.
Okay, let's say you also can't withdraw.
Well, then that's useless.
No.
No, I can only withdraw profit.
You only profit.
Yeah,
Withdraw
I'll
profit.
take that.
Yeah, you do like
I just trade 1 mini, say 1 micro,
oh yeah, fair.
because I could just trade 1 micro.
But how do you stop out your trade though?
I'll have a take profit
Yeah, but it has to go to profit then.
every time.
You
Yeah.
can't have any stop loss.
So basically, the only time you'll blow your account is a recession. But even that,
Yeah.
like, if you're trading
But
one,
that's like asking you if you want to become a long time investor.
well, think about it this way, right?
Yeah.
Say, for example, you have 1 million,
Yeah.
and you could trade. Say, for example, you can trade 1 mini, right? So say you're trading 1 mini, and you have like a 10 point, or we'll do a 50 point take profit, which is $1,000. So if you just have a 50 point take profit, and you have no stop loss, if your execution is perfect, you should be able.
Who said that it's perfect?
Well, I mean, it didn't say it's not good.
Yeah.
So like, I'm assuming you've good execution. You're going to be able to catch a 50 point move most days. And if you don't catch it in the first day, you have no stop loss. So unless you go into the drawdown of like, big maths here, but like thousands of points, you're fine.
Well, yesterday you would have gone down.
Yeah, but-
1,000 points in
But
drawdown.
1,000 points would have only been like 20K. Because 1,000 is 50 points.
And then you size up more and more and more.
Well, we're just saying just 1 mini.
Yeah, but that's the problem. It's like pretty hard to get out of that drawdown without sizing up.
Oh, but just averaging down.
Yeah, because now you're down 20K and you need to make 20K with 1 mini to start withdrawing again.
Yeah, but then you can average down. I mean, it's awful,
Yeah.
but I think it's better than.
It's good for gambling, I guess.
I take my chances with $1 million. Do
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. I'd try that.
I'd probably just do the other one.
But you
It's
can do the other one
super
anyways.
No, you're only allowed to trade that. Start with 1,000, but have perfect risk management and execution. Perfect execution. I would do that. I would size the fuck up.
But you'd blow your account then.
Oh yeah, perfect. It's perfect risk management.
Yeah.
So I'm
yeah.
probably risking $10 a trade.
Yeah, fuck that.
But I'm also executing perfectly, so I can take many trades.
Yeah.
Yeah. So fuck your million.
I'd love to see that.
That's a good question, actually.
Because obviously with that million, you could also have good execution and good risk management. So if you like...
No, you can't because you don't have a stop loss.
Yes. Okay, you don't have good risk. No, but I mean, if you trade really small size.
Yeah.
Like, for example, you see people that have like 80 and 90% win rates with like scalping. So if you were to implement a strategy like that, and usually like, yeah, if you were to implement a strategy with that, like that, scalp 5 to 10 points, I think you'd be fine.
Yeah. Can you hedge?
No.
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 Okay,
Well,
so you actually also on your first trade, if it doesn't go to stop loss, you have to choose the direction you're always trading. Just always longs forever. All right. Would you rather take one trade that could make you 1 million, but if it loses, you're banned from trading forever? Actually, like I just want to have that as a question. Would you do that?
So I can only take one trade ever.
So you take one trade that could make you 1 million. Let's just say it's 50% win rate on that
Yeah.
one. But if it loses, you're banned from trading forever.
Forever.
Forever, like you can never trade again.
I wouldn't do that.
I think I would.
Really?
Yeah, I would do something fun, other stuff fun with my life. Because if it wins, I have 1 million extra and I can still trade.
But if it loses, you can never trade again.
Oh yeah, fuck. Okay, that would suck.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I can't like, okay. That would suck.
Nah, fuck that.
I might.
Mm.
I might.
I think about it, but it's like a...
I'm too spiritual for these fucking questions.
Yeah.
I would be like, yeah, that's how it should be.
Let the universe decide.
Yeah. You'd rather have a strategy that makes you filthy rich, but forces you to sit through 90% drawdowns before it recovers, and you don't know that it's gonna come, or a strategy that never has drawdowns but caps at, and you also don't know this while you're trading it, but caps your lifetime earnings at 100,000. That's a crazy question.
Bro, like with the first option, you'd be so fucked. Like,
Yes, but and also like, would you actually continue to trade?
So you go into 90% drawdown.
90% drawdown.
I think you would. Because
many times.
I think you would, because if you're at 90%, you're gonna be like, fuck it, I'll just blow my account.
Okay, so let's also put some extra. That it has to be some responsibility that you're gonna continue to follow your strategy.
Yeah.
So this is again some fucking self-trust stuff.
It's a weird one because
Yeah.
we know that it's gonna work out, so you're gonna be
No,
like,
that's the thing. You
No.
don't know.
I know you're saying you don't know.
Yeah.
But I know.
We know.
Yeah. So it's...
But like, imagine the situation. So the other one is, you're trading really well, but when you get to 100K, you're in a forever break even.
Yeah, no, fuck that.
Imagine that. But also the same thing, like the strategy with 90% drawdowns. Imagine you making 1 million and you go down to 90% drawdown from that. And then you make 10 million and you go 90% drawdown again.
I mean, with crypto, you often go 60-70% in drawdown.
Yeah.
So
Fuck,
it's not the same as 90%.
I cannot answer this one, but if I have to answer, I'd probably do the 90% drawdown.
Same.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to cap it.
I've been deep in drawdown plenty of times. Not 90%, but close to it. So
I've been 100%.
yeah. Even say sometimes when you go deep into drawdown on like a prop account, and then like you either pass it or you get a payout, it's like, oh, it's not gone until it's gone.
Yeah.
But like being break even sucks. Imagine just being break even forever, where like you're just always trading to be break even, so you're just literally wasting your time.
Yeah.
So fuck that.
Yeah. It's a weird one. Would you rather take a single trade where if you win, you get 10 million,
Yeah.
but if you lose, you're permanently banned from trading and forced to work a 9 to 5 for the rest of your life, or grind out trading the hard way for years with no guarantee of ever making it big?
10 million.
That's a fucking gamble, bro.
That's a good gamble though.
I would never work a 9 to 5 in my life. I would rather not take that. Never I'm going back to that, ever.
Yeah, true. But it's crazy.
Yeah, but it's a gamble. you could also lose, and you're forced to ban trading
True.
and
Yeah.
work 9 to 5 for the rest of your life.
There's too many of these like gambling questions.
Yeah, but it's fun.
Yeah.
No, I would not. I would skip. I would rather grind out trading
That's
the
a
hard
patience question, where like if you ask a trader, they'll pick that every time. Then if you ask a gambler, they're like, yeah,
way. Yeah.
10 million, why not? 50-50.
And that's why you wanted 10 million.
Initially, I thought 10 million because it's such a big shiny object.
Yeah.
And then I don't want to go back to 9 to 5, so yeah, fuck that.
No, would never. All right, let's wrap that up. That's
Yeah.
a good one. That was fun.